Good afternoon, students. And so today I'm going to talk about grammar. So how can you use ChatGPT to help you with grammar? So if you're an ESL student, you probably struggle with grammar. And when you learn a new language, learning the grammar of that language is essential. And so today what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over how you can use ChatGPT to help you with your ESL grammar. So without further ado, I'm going to go into my usual lecture mode. Okay, so as I share my screen. And so as you could see, we're now inside my ChatGPT. And so ChatGPT can be helpful for English as a second language learners in several ways when it comes to grammar. Grammar correction. ChatGPT can help correct grammar mistakes in sentences provided by ESL learners, helping them understand the correct usage of grammar rules. If an ESL learner is unsure about a specific grammar rule or concept, ChatGPT can provide explanations and examples to help clarify. Practice. ESL learners can engage in conversations with ChatGPT to practice using grammar in context. ChatGPT can ask questions, form sentences, receive feedback, which can be valuable for improving their grammar skills. And ChatGPT can also adapt to the learner's level of proficiency and provide explanations and examples that are appropriate for their level, whether the students are beginners or more advanced learners. And so ChatGPT overall can serve as a supportive tool for ESL students to practice and improve grammar skills in a conversational and interactive way. So let's get to some examples. So let's say I'm an ESL student and I don't really understand how to do subject-verb agreement. So I would say, give me some grammar exercises about subject-verb agreement. And so here, ChatGPT can then give you some grammar exercises about subject-verb agreement. And so what I love about ChatGPT is it's instantaneous. And so here you have some subject-verb agreement grammar exercises. If you're a teacher, then this would simplify and make much faster your making quizzes for your classes. So if you're teaching subject-verb agreement for your students and you need a quick quiz for your beginning students or intermediate students, you can use ChatGPT to create those grammar quizzes. You see how fast ChatGPT just instantaneously came up with those quizzes. And so here you have the cat sleep or sleeps on the mat, or she goes or goes to the store. They do or does their homework. And so here, as an ESL student, you can practice as much as you want subject-verb agreement to your heart's content. And if you think that, well, you know what, this is not enough, you could just press in more, and then ChatGPT will give you even more subject-verb agreement exercises. So you can go on and on and on as either the teacher or the student for ChatGPT. Now let's say that you are an advanced ChatGPT, you're an advanced ESL student, right? And so what's fun about ChatGPT is ChatGPT can adjust to the level of your English. And so here I would say, give grammar exercises for subject-verb agreement for an advanced ESL student. So if you're really advanced, you speak like a native speaker, but you still need practice on your subject-verb agreement. And so here I could press give grammar exercises. And right now you're going to notice that the complexity of the sentences and the complexity of the vocabulary is a lot more difficult than the first bunch of exercises. So here you have something like either the cat or the dog is or are responsible for the mess. So here for the less advanced students, you would have the cat sleeps on the mat. She goes to the store. So that's for like the beginning ESL student. And then if you're a more advanced ESL student, you could have something like the committee consisting of several experts in their field discusses the issue thoroughly. The number of visitors to the museum increases every year. And so let's say you fill out all of these exercises, then you want the correct answers. So give me the correct answers to these subject verb agreement exercises. And then you want to make sure that you did the exercises correctly. And so here are the answers to those exercises, okay? And so that way you can then check to make sure that when you practiced for your subject-verb agreement, you did it correctly. Well, let's say you do get the answers, but you don't quite understand what's going on. You're like, well, I don't understand. So you could type in, I don't understand why these answers are correct. Can you explain, subject-verb agreement rules in simple English? All right, and so let's say you don't understand, but what is subject-verb agreement? I got all the answers wrong. So what am I doing wrong? So you can ask ChatGPT, and then ChatGPT will then explain in simple English what is subject-verb agreement. And so subject-verb agreement, okay, pretty much if you have a singular verb, you get singular subject, you get a singular verb. If you have a plural subject, you get a plural verb, except for some exceptions. So that's pretty much what ChatGPT will explain to you. And then let's say you still don't understand, can you explain more about the special cases? So let's say there's a specific section you still don't get, then you can ask, can you explain more about the special cases? All right, and so here you would have, and it will tell you more about the special cases. And let's say it's midnight, okay? It's midnight or 3 a.m. and you're about to sit down and do your homework after your shift at work. You know that your teachers and your tutors are probably sound asleep, okay? Snoring away in bed while you're trying to figure out your grammar exercises. So, are you going to go and call your professor at 3 in the morning? No, of course not. So then you go to ChatGPT, which is available 24/7. You don't even have to sign in. And then ChatGPT can explain to you how to do the exercises if you're a beginning ESL student, or if you're an advanced ESL student. ChatGPT can adjust its proficiency levels to your level. So let's say you understand. Now you understand what is subject-verb agreement. You know how to do the exercises. And then you're getting kind of bored with just grammar drills. So now you want grammar games. Okay? I want to play a game where I practice the usage of subject-verb agreement. So what kind of games can ChatGPT have? It will give you a whole bunch of games that you can play. And then you would say, would you like trying to play the game? And you would say, yes. And then you could also ask it to play Scrabble. You could ask it to play Hangman. And then it will give you a game to play with and then to take your time. So let's get started. Here are some sentences for you to practice with. For each sentence, determine whether the subject and verb agree or disagree in number. If there's an agreement error, correct it by choosing the correct verb form. And so you take your time, or you want to play Scrabble. Well, you can play any kind of game and grammar games. And so if you, and let's say you don't understand, you're a beginning student and you still don't understand subject-verb agreement, so you could say explain subject-verb agreement in Chinese. Okay? So you want to see, you're very beginning at at English, and you still don't understand when they explain it in so much English. And watch this. It can do it in Chinese. I always find it so amazing that ChatGPT can speak so many different languages. So if you're a beginning student, you're a very beginning ESL student, and you just come from, from China or Taiwan or Singapore, and you don't understand how the subject-verb agreement rules are in English, you can have it in Chinese. So let's say you want it in French. So explain subject-verb agreement in French for English. Subject-verb agreement rules for English in French. Because you could also say that you're a French ESL student. And then it would say, all right. And so now everything is it will explain all of the subject-verb agreement rules for English in French. And that way you would understand how this works, okay? Singular subjects take singular verbs. Plural subjects take plural verbs. If the subject of a sentence is plural, then of course the verb would equally be plural. The dogs bark in the garden. The plural subject dogs is plural, therefore the verb bark is equally plural. And so that's how you would, so that's the magic of ChatGPT and ESL Grammar. But if you want to learn more about how ChatGPT can help your ESL grammar, you can always buy my book, okay? My book is ESL and Language Learning in the Age of AI, ChatGPT Unleashed by ChatGPT, and you can find my book on Amazon. And so if you have any questions about how to do ESL and grammar, feel free to email me at any time. And if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to the Professor H writing channel. And so I hope you all have a great day and you all get to buy my book. And in it, I go over all the many different ways in which you can use ChatGPT to help you with your ESL journey. And also, if you're an American student and you're trying to learn another language, this book could also help the American student learning French or any other language. So don't forget to subscribe to my writing channel if you like Professor H writing channel. So email me if you have any questions.